Hey, what is up, y'all? Happy new comic book day. We've got some really exciting books this week, some books that I'm really looking forward to reading and diving into. So let's just get right into it and see what we got for this week. First up, The Moon is Following Us, issue number 5 from Daniel Warren Johnson and Riley Rossmo. We also got the Daniel Warren Johnson variant cover. I'm super excited to read this issue. This book has been really just one of my favorites on shelves right now. The emotion is there, the heart is there, and then the story completes that circle with some just like really good action pieces, and the art is just crushing it, going back and forth between Daniel Warren Johnson's art in the real world and then Riley Rossmo's art in the dream world. I just think this is such a great book. They're doing an incredible job with it, and I can't wait to see what's in store. I've heard that this issue will bring kind of a little bit of a closure to the first arc, and then we get the final arc in book 6, and there might be a bit of a cliffhanger here that changes things. So really interested to see what happens here. It'll probably be the first book I pick up. Next up, from Image Comics, we've got Finders Keepers. This is a part of the Horizon Experiment, which is a series of books that kind of reimagine typical white stereotype genre characters as minority characters. So this is kind of like a reverse Indiana Jones is kind of how it's pitched. So I'm really excited to see where that goes. She's basically stealing artifacts from museums and bringing them back to their respective cultures, I believe is the premise. This series has been pretty much bangers all the way through. I've loved all of their issues, some more than others, but I'm really excited about this one. I thought the premise was really interesting, and I cannot wait to dive in. We have All Along the Watchtower, The Question, issue number 3. This has been such a fantastic book. The mystery has been really good. I think it's on par with the Justice League book right now, and I like that we're kind of getting two sides of what's happening in the Watchtower. We get to see some of those characters floating through, and it just makes it feel more lived in. I've been really enjoying this series, and I think this iteration of The Question is really interesting, and they're doing a good job with her character, and I'm excited to see what happens in issue 3. We also have The New Gods, issue number 2. The first issue was great. I'm really excited to see where this goes. I've heard some good things about this second issue. The folks at the comic shop were raving about it, and so I'm excited to get into it. Next, we've got Storm, issue 4. I've been really loving this series. I think what they did with Storm being on the dying and then trying to find a way to save herself was really interesting. I think it put a nice timeline on the story, which makes it have a sense of urgency. I really am interested to see what she gets up to with Dr. Doom, and also not being able to use her powers right now has been really, really interesting. So looking forward to that, and I think we're going to start seeing more of that Doom stuff in the Marvel books as we lead to their event, One World Under Doom. Batman and Robin, year 1, issue number 4. Mark Waid, Chris Samney. This has been a really fun series. It's just got everything I like out of a Batman book with Robin. Robin is young. He is kind of reckless, kind of dickish. I did not mean to do that. I'm really, really excited about this, and Chris Samney on art is just crushing it. I think it's such a fun book to read because of the art. I love that it has that noir vibe to it, and then also just is a fun book. I enjoy that a lot. Another number 2, we've got Laura Kinney, Wolverine, issue number 2. Back in New York with Daredevil, The Woman Without Fear. I really enjoyed the first issue. I think it was enough to draw me in. I think Laura Kinney, Wolverine, is a really interesting character. So I'm excited to see where this goes and to see if I hold on to it or if I kind of drop the series. Another Marvel pickup this week, just impulse buy, Rogue in the Savage Land, issue number 1. Not really sure what this is going to do. I think it's basically just picking up from that Uncanny X-Men issue and telling the in-between story that we didn't get there. So yeah, interested to see what it's like. We'll see if I keep it or if it was just a good impulse buy. Cruel Kingdom number 1. I believe this came out last week. This is, I'm pretty sure, the fantasy style anthology series. So excited to give it a go. I tried to get it last week, but they didn't have it. I think it was the Diamond issue. No surprise. But yeah, so that's what I got this week. I'm really excited to dive in, do some videos on some of these books that I really like and cannot wait to get into. Specifically, The Moon is Following Us. I am so hyped for that book, and I'll let you know what I think.